Well, hi everybody. It's Janet Steiner here with the Fox Island Magazine and N2 Publishing. As you've probably seen on social media, we're doing some fun, mini interviews with some of the businesses that advertise and support the Fox Island Magazine and are just doing awesome work here locally. And we really want to showcase them and let you know a little bit more about what they do and specifically what they're doing right now that may be beneficial to you. Today, I'm excited to be chatting with the owners of Cobalt Wealth Management. And we have Dave and Josh here. You guys want to say hi and introduce yourselves?
Thanks, Janet. It's really good to be here.
Great. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Janet. Good to see you again. You've been super helpful. So for anyone that's thinking about putting an ad in the magazine, I highly recommend it. In fact, I just did, right, Janet? We've got something else kind of going with you. So it's been invaluable to us. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great getting to know you guys and finding even additional opportunities where we've been able to help each other. I actually have to mention, if you haven't seen, these two were the supermodels on the March issue, front cover. So if you haven't seen that, you'll have to grab a copy. But,
Supermodel, I like that. Yeah.
Hey, let's dive in. Tell us about your story, how the two of you partnered together and built this business.
Do you want me to take this, Josh?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and take that, Dave?
Okay. Man, Josh and I met a long time ago at a company called Scott Trade, and they had just been through a big merger, is very common in the brokerage industry. And we met in the Tacoma office. I'd worked in that area a long time. Josh got transferred to it, and we had like a really good relationship there because we each had our own strengths. And I think that's what kind of brought us to the conclusion that we needed to open our own business one day. And as luck would have it, I guess you would call this luck, the company got bought out and a lot of the offices were closed down. So, you could either look at that as a loss, I suppose, your job's going away, or you could look at it as an opportunity. And Josh and I discussed oftentimes the things that we felt were good about that company and things that we would do differently, if we ran our own company. And so, man, it's been kind of a long haul. What has it been, like a year and a half, Josh, when we made the decision to start our own company? And it's not simple. There are a lot of regulatory hurdles to jump through. And I really needed someone like Josh for that. I'd thought about that for an awfully long time, but I don't have the patience for the paperwork and all those things that go along with it. And Josh, that's right up his alley. And so I think we really complement each other really well. And we decided to form this partnership. And man, we're both super excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are the perfect pair to be working together.
Yeah, it's been going really well.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Since it's going so well, what would you tell us is maybe different or unique about what you offer at Cobalt that maybe sets you aside from others in your industry?
I'll take that, Dave.
Cool.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that sets us aside from some of the other companies is, especially like in this, this COVID type situation where we're all at home, is we can, because of our digital platform and our virtual ability, we're able to take smaller clients. We can talk to bigger clients. We can meet them places, outside of these scenarios, but we're also able to sit down and do digital meetings like this, which is right up our alley. So we didn't really miss a beat with the stay-at-home order. We've stayed open. We've continued to do our work, to continue to talk to clients, continue to work them through situations that they're running into. So I think that's what really sets us apart from some of the other companies, is we're able to maintain this digital platform.
Hey, you mentioned COVID-19, which again is one of the, because of that, it's kind of spearheaded us doing these meetings and interviews and such. But specific to your industry in the financial realm, have you been getting some specific questions from people, or seeing a lot of the same questions that maybe people watching this, it might be helpful for them to hear, or anything like that that's really?
I've got a few, Janet.
Okay.
And man, I've been doing this over 25 years now, and I've been through a lot of down markets. That's another advantage that Josh and I have, I guess, with our business, is a lot of experience. And so, you know, anyone can do okay in an up market, but you know, it's when you have volatile markets like this that a company like Josh and I have show their worth. And I've had like a lot of questions over the years, and the ones I'm getting now are basically the same questions, because human beings don't change. You know, they operate at the core on I guess, greed and fear. And right now everyone's scared. And so a lot of the questions that I'm getting right now, you know, what should I do? Right? Gosh, my portfolio's way down. Should I just sell it? I mean, what do I do? You know, so people have a lot on the line and they're thinking about retirement. We get that all the time. And the answer to that question is, you know, I don't know. Like, Josh and I don't have a crystal ball. We don't know where the markets are going. You know, you certainly don't want to plan for the worst case scenario. You have to plan for the most likely scenario. So if you have a professionally designed and risk mitigated account put together, you know, then the answer to that question is simple. You don't do anything, right? And you rest a little bit easier. If you don't, and you're just kind of winging it, you know, it's really hard for me to answer that question without sitting down and taking a look at the plan you have. And that's a good time to sit and talk to somebody, because this is when it comes to the forefront of your mind, is when something like this happens. So I think Josh and I will, you know, be having a lot of great conversations going forward, hopefully with a lot of local people here to help. You know, but they're asking, you know, should I sell? Some of the people that don't have retirement accounts or anything set up yet are asking, man, is this a good time to get in? Yeah. You know, again, you don't know where the bottom is. No one rings a little bell and says, okay, I'll clear. You know, that doesn't happen. And so, you know, I'll tell people, if you're not in the market now, things are on sale. You know, this is anytime's a great time to set up, you know, some sort of savings or retirement plan, right? But now's a great time because things are less expensive. And it's so funny, because if something at the grocery store was on sale, or a car was on sale, or the housing market was down and houses were 25 or 35% off, you'd be like, great, I'm gonna buy one, you know? But when the market's down, people are terrified and they tend to do the wrong thing. They'll tend to just get scared and sell and be like, well, I just gotta like save and salvage whatever I have left. And that's never the right move. So to those people, I'd say, if you don't have something started, you don't get opportunities like this too often.
Absolutely. And so definitely now is the time, especially with, you know, a lot of people at home, to have those conversations. And whether it's like a video conversation with you, or, you know, someone, an expert in the industry, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So, you kind of answered this already. I mean, how are you doing with COVID-19? It sounds like, business-wise, you're, you know, still accessible and still trucking along. But, you know, personally, I know, Josh, you've got kids. You're staying sane? Are you doing okay with the stay at home?
Yeah, we're staying sane.
Okay.
About a week into the COVID situation, my wife actually came down. She got sick. You know, she was sick for a few days, and it was a little scary. You know, she ended up, the doctor sent her in. You know, she had a virtual appointment. Doctor sent her in to actually get tested. So it was kind of a scary couple days. She ended up having pneumonia, so she's a little sick still. She missed about a week of work, and other than that, she's been working. She's a banker, a bank teller. Dave's wife's a bank teller also, and they've been working the whole time. I've got the kids at the house, so I've been kind of doing the cleaning, doing some of the cooking, making sure the boys are getting up at a reasonable hour, going to bed at a reasonable time, stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a little bit different. You know, it's almost like summer break in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sending our best wishes to your wife.
Thank you.
She gets better soon, so that's scary, definitely. Well, tell us, you guys, like, what's the best way for people to find you, to get in touch with you? You know, whether it's social media, website, you know what I mean? What's a good way for people to reach out and connect with you and get more great information like what we talked about?
Well, I think that right now, you know, top of mind for most clients is you know, some of the situations that they're going through, like unemployment benefits, things like that, the Paycheck Protection Program, the disaster loan assistance. Those are some of the questions that we're getting. People are reaching out to us via, you know, our phone number, obviously, our website, cobaltwm.com. We're also on social media, on Facebook and LinkedIn. Just started a little Pinterest account. I'm a big fan of Pinterest, so we started doing some stuff on there, so you can check us out there as well. So yeah, really to get a hold of us right now is all of those media platforms. You can talk about
kind of any of those.
Yeah, just the normal way that everybody gets a hold of us. But like I said, you know, most of the questions right now are about those programs, you know, to get some money into people's pockets, because everybody's sitting at home, you know, nobody's working, nobody's got cash, and the government, you know, is supposed to have some of these programs out. I just heard the other day that the government's supposed to be funding the Paycheck Protection Program again with another $250 billion. So that would really help some of the small businesses as well. So those are some of the things that we're dealing with right now.
Another thing is Josh put a link on our website with blogs, and he's hitting on some really kind of important things. You know, and I would take this opportunity to maybe, you know, either A, if you have some funds, set something up. B, if you have funds outside, say you have like an old retirement account. Josh and I help people with that all the time, because I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have an account set up from an employer they had like 10 years ago, have no idea. They get like a statement in the mail once in a while. They have no idea what's in it. They have no idea like what's, you know, what the risk is in the portfolio. And so we help kind of bring everything together and put together like a comprehensive plan. So I want to give everyone kind of a fun challenge at home. So in the financial world, maybe some people know it, maybe they don't, but there's something called the Rule of 72. And the Rule of 72 will help you determine how long it takes to double your money given a particular rate of return, right? So say over the last 20 years, there was a study done that ended in 2017. The S&P 500 returned 7.2%. So if you take 72, divide the rate of return by that, then you'd find out that you would double your money every 10 years, right? They also did a Dalbar study, and most self-directed investors were a part of that, and they returned 2.6% was all. So they, you know, thought a lot about their portfolio and tried to manage themselves, but you get into the whole greed and fear thing, and people don't tend to do the right things. Human beings are emotional and irrational beings by nature, and investments need to be methodical and calculated. So just the opposite of what drives a human being. So, but anyway, think about that Rule of 72. So think about the importance, like right now, if it's sitting in a bank account earning 1%, which it's not, it's probably getting 0.1%. If it was getting 1%, it would take 30 years to double your money. You know, if you had it in something that Josh and I can help you with, that happens much sooner. And the younger you are when that starts, the more chances you have to double your money. So it might make the difference in retiring with 250,000 or 500 or $1 million, right? But the whole point is you got to get started sooner than later, because we all need the power of compounding behind us. So those are the words of wisdom after 25 plus years of experience that I'd just like to share with everybody. Whether you do it through us or you do it through somebody else, just do it.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, no, that's awesome. And you called it the power of 72?
Power of compounding. But the math equation for people to sit with a pencil and pen at home while they have a little bit of time is Rule of 72. 72 divided by the rate of return will tell you how long it takes to double your money. So it's eye-opening, trust me.
Okay, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Okay, great information. And then also, Josh, thank you for mentioning too, obviously these different loans like the EIDL, different grants and loans and opportunities, the PPP program. Yeah. And other things that are out there, state and federal assistance. There's a lot of information, a lot of different programs, things like that. And I know I've talked to a lot of business owners that have been a little frustrated, or even, you know, about how to get that money, or even how to get that money, and when that money is going to be available, and if they're qualified, and which program would be best for them and their business. So I'm assuming we can, you know, definitely push people your way as being an asset and a wealth of information for those questions, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, I'm gonna finish up here, you guys, with something kind of fun. So tell us, if you would, maybe something about yourself that most people don't know. If you maybe have a silly hidden talent, a fun fact, or a most embarrassing moment, something like that.
I wish I had a hidden talent. I'm still
Yeah,
looking.
me too.
But I guess if you're old like I am, you remember the show MacGyver?
Yes.
Like he could fix anything with whatever was around him. So my family calls me McDaver because they'll come to me with these same little things. How do I fix that? And I'm not really an expert in home repair or, electronics or anything like that. But I'm not afraid to get a screwdriver out and start tinkering around with something and see what I could do. So I've fixed things that I probably shouldn't have been able to fix. And but so I've been branded McDaver.
McDaver, I'm gonna start calling you that now. Okay, that's
Me
awesome.
too.
Yeah, I love people that have that quality that can just be like, I don't know, but
It doesn't always work out though. Just flip side of that coin.
I was gonna say McDaver. I can piggyback on your situation there. Something embarrassing for me is I do the same thing. So I tinker. I like to take things apart. I most often do not get them back together though. So most things that I have around the house that, somebody says, hey, this is broken. Can we take a look at it? Yeah, I'll take a look at it. It usually never gets back together and we end up having to get something new. So that's.
But you fulfilled your commitment. You said you'd take a look at it.
I did. I take a look.
There you go.
at least you give it a try, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh.
Awesome. Well, hey, you guys, thank you so much for chatting with me today, sharing this great information. Everybody, thanks for watching. We are going to, I think Josh is going to share screen here.
Yeah, let me share
a little bit with Cobalt. There's all their contact info there. Feel free to reach out to them. They're definitely obviously a wealth of knowledge and can help you out. Have a great day, everybody. See you later.
Thanks,
All right,
Janet.
Janet.
See you, Josh.
See you, Dave.